Welcome, John. What a spectacular morning to have your first morning out and hear and see all the game and hear the birds and see just the spectacular scenery we've got. So,
spectacular is an understatement. Definitely a perfect morning.
We'll be starting out glassing some canyons, and then as the temperature rises, we'll move up onto plains and look for some of the herd animals. So,
yeah. Don't get more perfect than this.
We've got a good few days ahead of us with some good weather days, some very hot days in the mix as well, so we'll definitely hunt a combination of these canyons and plains, but we'll see a lot and experience a lot, so look forward to it. He's feeding on that tree there. He was perfectly in the open, but he's now feeding there in that tree. It's straight across the canyon here, where we are now, about 800 yards away or so. And we'll just see his horn tip there now. There, he picked his head up. There, he's going to walk right. There, he's coming out. Let's see what he does. There, you see him clearly now. Beautiful bull. Perfectly symmetrical, long ivory tips on him. Quite a nice thick neck. He's got a good sized body, and for this time of year, being late winter, you expect their body condition to be down. It's post-rut, but this bull's actually still holding pretty good condition. Very nervy the whole time. I think he sensed the disturbance from those cows running out over here. Very alert, and even with those cows running maybe 400 yards from him, he definitely heard them and looked around. So he now, prematurely for the day, ducked off into that real thick stuff and the feed and thicker stuff, just being alert and paying attention to his surroundings. So very nice to see definitely a shootable kudu bull in the first morning. But we'll head on out of this bowl now, and it's just warming up. The kudu will slowly start migrating down into the thicker stuff, and we'll head up onto the plains and see what we can find up there. Chased everything. John, this afternoon we've come up here to these open plains. Windy and hot, so it's not ideal to be down the canyons looking for kudu. They'll all be bedded up. So yeah, we're just going to work this wind, keep it in our face. There's a lot of game here, and just slowly walk over these ridges here and see if we can find one of the herd animals this afternoon. So Blesbuck, Wildebeest, Springbuck, something like that. So let's just walk here a bit with the wind, and we'll turn into the wind going over into these kind of depressions here. Started coming over this blind rise. You can see that wildebeest bull just across this little valley from us. So that's definitely a bull. I can see that. I don't know if he's by himself. At this stage we can only see the one, but they've got brilliant eyesight. He'll probably see us, but at this distance he shouldn't run. He should be quite relaxed, but we'll just keep going over. This depression, it's out of the wind, so should be a lot more stuff there. Right, do you see in front of us at this angle there's a lot of blesbuck down here watching us, but we'll cut right, so if they push off, they don't push off here to our right and chase all the other stuff we're kind of looking at. We'll start moving slowly over right. I'll raise this once we're ready to shoot. We'll see what needs, or lower it, but for now I'm just going to put the rifle in the vise so that we are ready for any potential situation. He's now the furthest right, but only by a smidgen. There he's walking. He's second from the right. Let's just see what they do. Now he's fourth from the right. John, I've had a look through that herd, and within the herd, none of those animals are quite what we're after. The bull that are with the herd look mature at the binos. When you look with the spotting scope there, you can see that they need a little bit more time. Behind the herd in the distance, however, there is an old bull there. You can see him standing by himself, almost on the skyline. just watch us. They haven't actually seen us. Those animals weren't aware of us. But we just need a better angle on them. They're kind of just out of our range there. We'll take a chance and walk slowly. If those run off, we still have the ones in front of us that we do have a lot of cover for. So I can only assume, because we could see left and right, that he's still up on this hillside. So we'll keep going in this tree line. We're nearly at the end of it now, and try and spot that bull that we left here. But we should be able to find him here somewhere. Let's huddle together. He should let us go. Get a bit of elevation onto this little knoll in front of us. Try here. He's looking back at us. It's a classic dominance display, this. Okay, you see that front leg, the shoulder shining in the sun. Okay, middle of that shoulder, squeeze it off on that shoulder. You can take him now. Perfect. Absolutely perfect, John. I watched the impact carefully. I saw it in my scope. It's very typical that they run a little bit. Very typical. He's already slowing down. Down, sir. Good job, sir. I tell you what, we walked a bit this afternoon, but we worked ourselves into a perfect position. And he did see us here, and we all as a team knew we're 50-50 if he would let us get in position here just behind us, out of this ditch behind us. And he did just that. He actually came trotting closer to us for a brief moment. It's just this dominant display, flicking his tail, moving his head, and he gave you just enough angle on there. He's still in my scope, he's lying on his side now. I saw the vapor trail on the front scope, it was wonderful. Good job, John, your first African animal, sir. Congratulations. He felt so perfectly for us, like he's taking a nap.
I tell you what, that shoulder was shining.
Well, John.
He did.
How's that? Totally different to the blue, the beautiful mustache here, and look at the cracking in the bosses here. Bull by himself, like I said, you're most likely going to be a very old bull, and cracking like that only comes with good age. So
Yeah.
fantastic old bull, sir. Got the drop down to below the eyes, points go right back up, bit of everything. Beautiful old animal, sir. Also your first animal. Congrats.
Man,
You've flown a long way for this.
straight
and
professional, I tell you what.
there we go.
I know one thing, they got your nickname wrong. Should be Legs, because I was almost running behind you the whole time.
There's a beautiful old Dutch saying in this country which directly translates to steel doesn't need to be thick to be strong.
Yeah, I tell you
So,
what. Oh, I enjoyed it. I
we
was
legged it beautifully today.
I didn't miss a beat, but I was thinking, man, this guy's taking 7-foot strides.
Well, the result totally
Man,
worth it.
thank you so much.
My pleasure,
I mean,
sir.
you were on point about everything you said.
Well, John, we've come back to our familiar stomping grounds of the open plains, where we've legged it a few miles already after that wildebeest, and now we are looking specifically for Blesbuck or Springbuck. There are some Blesbuck up top here. They are a bit alert, but we've got quite a bit of scattered brush here and the wind's good, so we're just going to walk a bit up here in this depression. Quite a lot of big trees here, like this acacia tree. Go a bit further up to where we saw those Blesbuck moving, and just keep going slowly, try close distance and just see if there is an option to get closer. Beautiful big eland bull. He was lying under the trees here, all alone. It's the biggest bodied antelope we have. Those Blesbuck that we saw from the bottom were just up here on this hillside. They're probably from, I can't see them right now, but we must be within kind of shooting range. So let's just look here and see if we can find a place where we can just get set up and wait and let them kind of feed across us relaxed, because we're definitely within a good position here. Looks like a nice bit of shade there. Maybe we can sit down there or something, but we've worked ourselves into a prime spot here. If I look through the branches of this tree, I can see the Blesbuck. We're going to just move together slowly around this big bush in front of us. We should be able to get a shot from there. They're facing the other way, so they shouldn't see us. Just go slowly. Just give them a chance to sit. It's not a good angle. Yeah, obviously he's got a tight quarter away. Got to let him turn. Perfect. So we got a textbook scenario where we utilised this little bit of brush, and then the Blesbuck actually came out kind of in front of us. I thought they would go behind us, and that one ram saw us, and he just kept kind of wanting to look, kind of come forward a bit, but it worked out perfect in the end. So he couldn't have gone more than 20, 25 yards,
yeah,
maybe.
10, 15 yards look like.
There we go, John. And check him out, sir. Oh, beautiful old Blesbuck ram. You can see they get this yellow coloration. That's from the oil gland on their face here.
Yeah.
And then you can see, the last ring stops there.
Yeah.
That's all smooth. That's just secondary growth, and that's a sign of age. So, magnificent old animal. Just a beautiful Blesbuck ram on a sunny morning out in the plains. So.
Oh man, you definitely threw me for a loop. I wasn't.
So
with that fast, I was waiting.
At least you listened to your guide.
Yeah.
I know a lot of guys don't expect to take a frontal shot, but I could see you were steady. Hello,
Hi,
Pepper.
buddy.
Pepper, the blood tracking dog,
buddy.
which was not needed this morning for this Blesbuck.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pepper.
Oh.
Only went about 20 yards. John, we've come to these bottom plains here. From the ridge up there, we saw a springbuck here, but there are some impala around him. So we'll just take a walk, try to come around the wind a bit. There's a lot of scattered trees here, but it'll most likely probably be a standing shot, so I'll keep the tripod upright. We're gonna just peep over here, so where that springbuck went to, slowly walk there. So we'll just go tree to tree now, coming over the blind rise here, and hopefully we can spot him before he spots us. Just jump up. Where's he gone? Left. There he is. Okay, let's get on there, John. Yeah, he's down within another short stalk. So you got our common springbuck, sir. Springbuck, national animal of South Africa. Oh, check that out, sir. Beautiful, very heavy. As far as common springbuck go, really good quality ram. This got a beautiful springbuck ram, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Absolute pleasure.
Oh.
I can't see those impala we saw from the top. They were in front of us about 200 yards. They were feeding. It's quite tough here because it's got this low brush. And so if we go any further forward, we're dropping even lower in elevation. We're definitely not going to see them. Let's try go left a bit, stay kind of slightly on the higher ground, and just see if I can't spot them in here. But they're feeding in these trees here around 200 yards in front of us. A common ram. It looks like a different ram to the one we saw here, but there's obviously a big bachelor herd here that we haven't and aren't seeing all the members of the group. What we're going to do is they're all actually moving left onto kind of the big open knoll on top of this little ridge here. We just got to stay low to cross this gap in front of us, get into those trees. We'll get ourselves into a position where we can see as many openings as possible and set up and just wait, but they're certainly going to a more open area. Got him. Dropped him. There's one still standing there watching us, but good job, man. we had that same ram right up here, too close. We walked right into him, got set up and at bow range, and it's just too much movement. Beautiful. The common impala, technically the most prolific animal across the continent. More impala than anything else, but just an old ram. You can almost tell by the scruffiness of his coat as well. It's just an old bugger, very, very thick horns, fairly thick tips, and a wonderful animal to take out. And just had a perfectly executed stalk from top of the ridge all the way down. We bust them, they ran off once, and then we managed to get onto them again. They weren't really spooked. Only one of the rams, the one we were after, this guy saw us, but he also wasn't sure. So came down, got on them again, and the result is just a beautiful old impala. So
he
good
did
job.
Exactly what you said.
He did what we hoped.
Yeah.
So we got the rub of the green, as they say, walking blindly in this thick stuff here, and we're able to get onto them again. So
it's different.
yeah. Well, John, it's a very strange conditions today. Wind is really pumping. We've come to a spot that I would consider a sheltered spot. As you can see, it's not very sheltered. We're going to glass the bottoms here. It's deceivingly thick down here. The tree line in the bottom of this dry creek is very tall, canopied tree line down there. So there's probably kudu hiding in here. There always are. And we just got to find a position here we can sit and glass, and it makes a kind of a point over here. We can see into this tight canyon, and hopefully we can find something.
Awesome.
That bull that we saw from back there, I can see the exact cluster of trees he's in. I can't see it anymore. It could be lying down in there, or it could have moved a little bit. There's kudu cows moving across here, 6 of them. But the bull we saw initially are MIA. They possibly just bedded down in that thicket there. A sable probably smelt us or something, but it bust out there. You can see that sable bull up top there.
Yeah.
But it didn't push any of the kudu out. It ran pretty close to where we saw that last kudu, but it's typical of a kudu bull to do that. They'll hold their nerve, and if they bedded down, just hold their nerve and sit there and sit it out until they really get pressured. But if you look through this circle here, in between these trees right in front of us, look straight through there in that gap, you'll see 2 kudu feeding there. All the kudu we're seeing are on these south-facing slopes out of this north wind. And I mean, further left here, you come across here, this bush in front of us with the dry flowers on top. Well, John, we've been sitting in the furnace this afternoon, but as we were just mentioning how the temperature feels to be dropping maybe 5 degrees, suddenly game's starting to move as we go towards dark. So we've just spotted a kudu bull down in the bottom of this basin here, and it looks like quite a stalkable place actually. So we're going to go down along this ridge that we are on, and then cut over with a crosswind and come up above and get a good look at him. And I mean, from here it's 1,400 yards, but definitely at this distance it looks like something worth going after. So it's about the best we've seen so far, and it's the most excited I've been for a kudu bull out of everything we've seen. So let's go closer and check it out. John, this is the area below us where we saw that bull. We're in the very top of the left-hand ridge. We've come all along, come down, and as we were getting into these trees, I saw 2 bulls walking in the trees there. Where we left that bull was more down here. So I'm just going to get the spotting scope set up, but they're starting to feed now. The temperature's definitely dropped a lot in the last half an hour. Becoming more pleasant. We'll set up the spotting scope here and find these bulls. See the purple flowers? Can you see him? In the crease, he's quartering away. Squeeze it off midway, pretend you're hitting the op. Okay, reload. You dropped him there. I want you to hit him again. Go low in the chest, hit him again. Same place, look at the purple flowers. Okay, come down, that's his body lying there, that whole tan.
Oh my God.
What a tough shot. Good job, John. Good job, sir. Good job. I tell you what, you got a fantastic kudu bull, sir. Fantastic. Good job, John. Good job,
man, dude, I'm telling you.
Good job, mate.
Oh my
This
God.
is what we were holding out for. That, my friend. Beautiful. That is just an awesome, awesome old bull.
I have no words.
Perfectly symmetrical. Still that secondary growth there. He's been rubbing some trees. Olga. And then obviously the classic white ivories up top. Beautiful. Well, John, I tell you, what a special afternoon to have Renee with us as well. You know, and she got to see everything. She actually spotted the bull stepping out onto this patch and saw everything unfolding. And I've no doubt it'll be a wonderful memory the two of you will cherish and take home and recount to your boys back home. So that is what we're waiting for. It's what we're holding out for, passing all the other bulls. And that's a proper Eastgate Kudu freak.
You guys say he's the ghost of the forest, and it's for a reason, I tell you what.
Yeah, they blend in pretty good. Wow, you shot like a champion on the range. And now we've come to an area that there are a lot of waterbuck. We've seen some cows this morning already, and you can see what this beautiful long valley down here. I'm going to walk around this corner. You can see it starts getting steeper. I'm going to walk around here and find a place and glass carefully. We know that there's good waterbuck in this area, so we're going to just go around here. The wind is slightly in our face, so we'll just keep going into the wind around here and hopefully spot a big old waterbuck bull here somewhere. Smell it. There's nothing else that smells like a waterbuck. That is a waterbuck smell. So they were here recently. You can see the fresh tracks here, and this is where they went over. So they're probably in these thick trees down here somewhere. You see him there, Renee? So we've been seeing a lot of waterbuck activity, a lot of fresh tracks, and you can smell that being in this area. And that is the closest water to everywhere we've been walking this morning. So we saw some cows and calves there, and I've just been glassing the area, and then out of nowhere the bull just appeared. So he definitely looks like a mature bull, got heavy horns, quite wide horn tip to tip. Let's just see what they do. It's quite a tough place, that, because there's a lot of brush around that pond. Very tough to get a good angle there. We're going to walk off this ridge to the left here and just see if we can get closer before he ducks into the brush. So let's give it a go. So we had a quick glass in the canyon behind us. Clayton and one of our other PHs was driving out this morning, and he saw a waterbuck bull back here. So we glassed there, couldn't see them, but they were right near the top. We're just going to walk slowly over here. We've come around the wind, and we're going to walk into the wind and appear over here. There's a water hole here, so there should be a lot of game around here. It's a nice calm day on the plain, so let's just go over here slowly. When we start appearing though, we're going to have to make a plan to start getting down low and possibly even crawling to a couple termite mounds. So
Okay. All right, that's adventure.
we're going to pop over here, and then we'll make a plan from there. Some of the younger animals have looked at us, but they're very relaxed, and they don't have that confidence of an old animal to sound an alarm and get up and run. So it doesn't matter if some of those younger bulls keep popping their head toward us. We're right on this kind of blind rise here, so we'll just keep going like we are. Let's just see what he does here. Okay, in the crease of the shoulder, squeeze it off in the crease. In the crease. Pole next to him. Excellent job. You dropped him right there. That ball was following the cow. In and out, in and out. Turned, nearly got a shot. Didn't get the shot. So.
It was awful.
I said she was completely calm until the shot went off.
Yeah.
And then the adrenaline set in.
I knew it was coming when I knew it was coming.
I was just worried. There were a few times where like, okay, we were about to shoot and then
Yeah.
didn't shoot, and then that's normally when the adrenaline just spikes. Like you calm till that point and then it starts falling apart.
Yeah.
But held it together, made it count. Beautiful, monstrous old boom. A few inches broken off that side from a massive fight at some point, but beautiful mass, huge body, good sweep on him, just everything you want in a waterbuck. And for you to come out here, day one of the safari, I was courteously asking if you wanted to join us on a hunt, and your response was, no, I'm not a hunter. And you very quickly got bitten by the bug and joined us on a couple hunts, and had a very special hunt yesterday with the kudu, and decided that we would go to the range and take you out. And you had immediately said, if it's going to be in my option, waterbuck. And I agreed with you. I love a waterbuck. It's such a big, strong, regal, powerful animal. So I'm very happy that after a failed stalk this morning and not being able to get onto that bull we saw in the thick stuff, we were able to find this bull up here, crawl to that tree, lay down and be patient and take the perfect shot. So good job, man.
Thank you.
First African animal, your first ever animal. So
Yeah.
I definitely am going to take the honors of putting the stripes of blood on your face, or paint of the huntress. First ever animal ever. And what a privilege to
Wow.
do it with us here in Eastern
Thank
Cape.
you so much.
My absolute pleasure,
Thank
man.
you so much.
Pleasure.
This evening, obviously being our last evening, it's been absolutely wonderful having you back, Tim, and to all our new friends, and Steve, who we've known for quite a few years now. But guys, for coming to support us here, our vision, and not only the sustainability thereof with trophy hunting, but you guys and your willingness to help us with our management hunting. Thank you very, very much. So it's been a wonderful 5-6 days for us. We really, really appreciate your support. We've had a lot of fun with you. From what I gather, from some of the late nights, you guys have had a good time too. And some good hunting out there, and to the next adventure. Thank you very, very much, guys.